doing fine. It's a living life.
Namaste, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to the Way Yoga. My name is Sarah, and thank you for bearing with me as I've taken a much needed break from recording, just some personal time in my life. And that's all to say that I definitely practice what I preach. I believe in what I'm teaching here on the Way Om, and that is, if your body's giving you signals to rest, you should do that, right? And I often find that on the heels of that much needed respite, you come back stronger, right? You come back with fresh creative insights, and that's what I intend to share with you all today. So what we're going to be focusing on is a yoga drill dedicated to core strength and pelvic floor strength. So if that sounds appealing to you, I want to invite you to join me on the yoga mat. So for today's practice, while it's not a requirement, I find that it's very beneficial to have either a yoga block like I have here. You could use a pillow. I've even used a foam roller, which is what I have here for this practice as well. So if you want to try it that way, you're more than welcome to. And like I said, if you don't have any of these props, don't worry. I will help you modify and I'll coach you through what you need to do, okay? So go ahead and gather your things and then meet me on your yoga mat. We're going to be starting off lying down, okay? So a supine position. And right off the bat, I want to just show you first what we're going to be getting into, and then we'll do it all together as a class, okay? So with an imaginary prop in your hand, I want you to go ahead and just gently squeeze that block in between the hands. And again, if you don't have the prop, you can at least pretend, right? You can engage the arms in such a way that you're hugging the hands, you're hugging the forearms and the triceps towards center, so towards your midline. And just notice, even from this simple action, especially when we bring those arms up and overhead, that's going to turn on the front of your core, so the anterior part. So from here on an inhale, I'm going to invite you to hover and hold your feet, the head, the hands above the yoga mat. And this is our modified handstand. So handstand from a supine position. And then on the exhale, you can lift the head and neck off the floor as well, but we're going to curl up into a modified crow pose, okay? So on an inhale, we'll come back into our handstand. This time as you exhale, we're gonna get into the oblique here, coming into our modified side crow. So taking a twist over the right thigh, okay? We'll once again meet back in handstand. And then exhale, we'll take this on to the opposite side, so the left-hand side here. So as you can see, this is what we're gonna be going for. We're gonna do this all together as a class, and again, with or without the block. All right, so on your next inhalation, let's go ahead and set up here, friends. On the inhale, hovering and holding. Exhale, we'll meet in crow pose. Inhale, once again, we'll come into handstand. Exhale, we'll twist over the right thigh, using your breath to guide you. Inhale. And exhale, we'll twist over towards the left. And inhale once again. Exhale, twisting over the right. Inhale. Let's come back down the center. And exhale. Good. And inhale. And then exhale, we'll twist over towards the left side. How about we go through that one more time? Inhale. Exhale, we'll come back through center, coming up through crow. Inhale. And exhale, right side. And inhale. And then exhale, left. Last time, inhale. Exhale, we'll come back down through center. Let's go ahead and hug our knees in towards our chest. Set that prop off to the side if you were using that. Let's rock side to side. Well done. And even though that was done from our backs, I'm definitely breaking a sweat. I'm definitely feeling out of breath. Definitely recruiting the core muscles there. Beautiful job, everyone. So remaining with this theme of lying down on our backs, what I'm going to invite you to do, again, with or without a prop underneath you, we're simply going to just place the block underneath the lower back. So right underneath the sacrum here is about where you want it. And again, this can be done without props, okay? And then from here, my friends, we're going to bring the arms out to the side slightly at an angle. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. I like to have the big toes come to touch, and then my knees are going to come apart slightly, okay? So on an inhale, again, using the core as for strength, recruiting the pelvic floor as well, we're going to lift the feet off the mat. That's an inhale. and then exhale, set it down. Okay? And again, this can be done without a prop underneath you, especially if that irritates the low back in any way. Just get rid of it, okay? Don't even worry about it. And again, this can be done with the pillow underneath. If some of you have the balance, you want to add a challenge, you can put a foam roller underneath you as well. Good. And squeezing from the center here, lifting up through that pelvic floor. Excellent, excellent. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for 2 more. Inhale, you're doing great. Exhale and inhale and exhale. My goodness, go ahead and set your prop off to the side. Once again, if you want to hug your knees into your chest, rock it out, whatever you need to do, my friends. Excellent job. Come back to your breath, come back to your intention for this class. And then from here, any way you'd like to make your way to seated, we're gonna come up onto all fours eventually. So if you wanna rock forward and back, or simply just roll onto one side, you're welcome to do that, okay? But I'm gonna rock up to seated, and then from seated, I'm gonna make my way onto all fours, and we'll grab onto that prop once again, okay? So I'm gonna take my yoga block on this edge, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place that block right in between my inner thigh muscles here. And then I'm gonna activate my inner thighs, my adductors, to squeeze and keep that block in place, okay? Now from here, we're gonna come down onto the forearms, and then I'm gonna walk my knees back just a touch. So I'm in a sort of a modified forearm plank pose. And again, squeeze that block in between your thighs. You're gonna feel that firing up through the front of the core. You're also gonna feel that slight lift of the pelvic floor to keep that in place, okay? So on an inhale, we're gonna curl the back toes under, and we're simply just gonna lift the knees off the yoga mat, okay? And then exhale, let's carefully set that back down. And inhale, come back up. Exhale, set it down, and inhale once again. And it's okay if you drop the block, just pick it back up again. And again, this is just to be challenging. It's supposed to be fun. And inhale, whew, and exhale. Let's go for one more round. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and take a moment, come off the forearms for just a second. If you need to move that block off to the side, let's just take a couple rounds of cat and cow pose, okay? So on an inhale, we'll look up. Exhale, curl in. And inhale. And exhale. Nice way to release the front of the core. And also get into the pelvic floor as well for mobility. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Excellent job. All right, we got one more move for this circuit, and then we are done, my friends. So again, utilizing that block, we'll go ahead and place that in between the inner thighs once again. And then this time I'm gonna have you stay up on the hands for support. We're gonna walk our feet in just a touch here, and then I'm gonna have you hover and hold the knees above the yoga mat, curling the back toes under. And we're just gonna take this into some twists. So on your next inhale, we'll twist to the right. Exhale, come up. And inhale, left side. Exhale, come up. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Squeezing that block in between the thighs for support. And exhale. It's okay if you drop the block. Good. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's go for 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, and inhale. Whew. Exhale. Let's go ahead and set that down. So you could keep the block in between your thighs. I'm gonna keep it. We're just gonna do cat and cow pose once again. So on your next inhalation, let's come forward into cow. Exhale, curl in. And see how that changes the dynamic, having that prop in between the thighs this time. And exhale. Maybe you feel the anterior part of the core turn on. Maybe you feel more deeply connected to the pelvic floor as you lift. Good job, everyone. Let's go for 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and set that prop off to the side. And there you have it, my friends. Just a quick, simple circuit to help you get better acquainted with your core, to help you tap into the strength of your pelvic floor. And again, you could repeat that maybe 3 to 5 times would be effective if you're using this as a replacement for your workout or for your yoga practice. Otherwise, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for practicing with me as always. Your energy is just so appreciated and so welcome here on the channel. And until next time, namaste.